Today we're going to walk you through the range of binding options that are out on the market right now. So what we have here is the basic Dynafit or tech binding for backcountry travel. It allows you to lock your heel and have free range of motion when you have climbing skins on the bottom of the skis and you're going uphill. There's a little ball and socket system that's been around for 30 years now. Really simple to use. This is tour mode, obviously. The brake's up and the heel lifter is up. Swap it all the way around. You lock it down at the top and you're in ski mode. The beauty of this system is it's incredibly lightweight and very efficient, but it's really designed for backcountry travel. There's no elastic travel, meaning there's not a lot of give or any give in the toe piece and very little in the heel. So the binding kind of has a bit of a rigid feel to it when you're on resort hardback. Not recommended for your everyday resort ski. Highly recommended if you're actually touring in the backcountry or going up the ski area with skins on for some fitness. This is a new generation tech binding. It's beefier because it has a bigger spring on it for retention, so higher performance skiing. But the big change in this binding is really in that it has elastic travel in the toe and heel, meaning as you ski you get a little bit of that shock absorption effect, a little return to center, and true to form on the hill it feels a lot like an alpine binding, even though you still have that same ball and socket style pivot and the two-piece design for easy touring. There's a bit of a weight penalty obviously in this binding, but it skis a lot better than a traditional tech binding alone. Couple heel positions, up and down, and then you pop that up and you step right into the system. You would use that with this. It would be a good setup as a Scarpa Freedom SL, a freeride boot that skis like an alpine boot, but it's light enough for touring all day. Next up is another alpine touring binding, but it's really a resort alpine touring binding, meaning you can ski this binding every day at the resort. You're a little higher off the ski than you would be in a traditional alpine binding, but it still has a lot of downhill performance. It's got a big toe piece on it, lots of downward pressure on the ski. In a pinch, or if you're going for a short tour, you can open it up and free your heel. There's a multi-position climbing lever on it. The problem is for touring is you have this big platform under your feet. Doesn't matter if you're going for a short tour, but if you're climbing 5,000 feet, it'll start to weigh on you a little bit. This is matched up with Lang XT130 here. Be a good fit for it. It has a walk mode in the boot and has a partial rubber sole, so it's good for scrambling. You can make do with this in the backcountry. In the coming seasons, we're going to see a lot of bindings like this. This one, you pull a pin, and you can go from a rockered sole, like a grippy rubber sole on an AT boot, you can step in safely into the binding with that, or you adjust the toe piece a second time and you can put a regular alpine boot in. There's no touring function in this binding. It's a regular two-piece alpine binding, but it accommodates a traditional alpine sole like you have on this Lang, or same ski, same binding, but with that backcountry soled boot on it, that full AT boot. It's a great setup if you're a ski coach, ski patroller, cat ski operator, anybody who's constantly scrambling out in the hills but doesn't need a full backcountry ski touring setup. That brings us full circle to another binding design that's been around for 30-40 years. It's a two-piece binding. You really low to the ski, which is great for hardpack, resort skiing. You can really get a feel for snow surfaces. There are a lot of benefits to a traditional alpine binding that people may have forgotten. There are about 9 points of contact between the boot and the binding, and there's tons of downward pressure on the boot, so you feel really connected to the ski. There's a lot of elastic travel and retention. You get big shock absorption benefits out of the boot binding system. And this is just a traditional alpine soled boot, which is still the best performance inbounds that you're going to get. There's no rubber, no no big hiking area in the middle of the boot to soften it up. You're getting the most precise feel you can get out of this style system. Catch us next time on a Mountain Magazine Quick Tip. Stuff.
Sick, bro. Sick pal killer, bro.